Hey guys, I'm gonna be starting a challenge. I'm trying to make $100,000 within the next 6 months before I graduate, and I'll be doing this on day trading. I set up on Monday and what I did to help, and how I went 3 for 5 on the weekend with a 60% win rate, and I'll show you all my strategy and everything. So we come into Monday, we're on the 4 hour on the daily. Daily, we're looking bullish. We're looking pretty bullish, I'd say. We're in a clear uptrend, but we also just broke structure. So I'd like to see what happens. 4 hour, we're still pretty bullish. Looks like we had a retracement leg, filled some more orders, and these fair value gaps that had many orders. So came in, tapped in them, respected it. On the hour, we see we're bearish. 30-minute, we're bullish for sure. 15 minute. And 15 minutes where I like to get my confirmation then around the 1 minute. So what we see is we're pretty bullish. So I'm looking for I'm looking for honestly something bearish, just because we have all this liquidity down here, and where market usually goes is it fills these liquidities. So I'm looking for something down here. So what I'm seeing is on the 1 minute, we come in here, we sweep these highs we have up here, we come tap in this order block right here where we racked it off good. I'm hoping to see an internal sweep in here. So I was seeing sweep this internal liquidity and then make a move downside and come into this liquidity and fill more orders. So what I did is I came in, I marked out this liquidity up here. We had internal liquidity right here. And we also had this big fair value gap we made at 9 o'clock. So I'm going to mark this out. This is where imbalance of orders were made, and we had clear uptrend. Hoping to see if we come in, tap it, or if we just inverse it, see where we're going. Also, we have true day open down here, so that's how I'm seeing we have true day open. We have all this liquidity down here. I think we need to come down at least fill 50% of the big move we had. I'm looking for an AMD setup, so I see accumulation. Would have been manipulation to the upside for London session, so I'm hoping to see some down distribution to the downside. So I'll see what happens. Also on the 15-minute, we're looking for confirmation. We see right here, we tap into this order block I was talking about right here. We also have a fair value gap right here. So we inverse that. We didn't inverse it. We came in and actually respected it. So I'm liking the setup already. So I like this. We also came in this order block. I'm seeing a lot of confirmation that we tapped and filled all this liquidity to go down. So what I do, I also want to see on the 15-minute, I marked out this fair value gap. We also have the 1 minute fair value gap. We also have a 15-minute inside it. So I'm liking this. So what happens after we come in is we come up. I'm also looking for, I'm seeing we come out. I'm hoping to sweep this internal liquidity we have. So we come here. If it'll work, I don't know what's happening. Let me see. Perfect. We sweep this internal liquidity. I like that. So we fill more orders right here, but see how we sweep this internal liquidity, but we don't close above this. It's showing that we filled orders, but we did not we did not pass it with high momentum. So I'm liking what we see. So I'm looking for a break of structure and then also an inverse fair value gap. We have a fair value gap right here. So I'm coming in and looking for inverse of the fair value gap. Even if the fair value gap's only this big, it doesn't matter. because there's still imbalance of orders, and we're going to see if we respect it or not. What we do though is we break structure and we come up a little higher. I'm seeing this, and then I see we have a big momentum to the down. We inverse this for value gap. From right here, I see my short opening, so I enter right here with 5 micros, and I put my stop loss up at the high, because we always come back into here to fill my orders, so we always want to have our stop loss at the high. And then I'm just targeting liquidity down here, so I see we have liquidity down here, right here, down here, sorry, I don't know what I was thinking. I held this for down here, and I had 102 points. I took a 1 to 3 setup, so I was seeing, I liked it. We inversed fair value gap. We obviously came up the orders, and we had strong reaction and downside. So we also had an SMT on S&P. We did not take out this internal liquidity, so I was liking it. So what happened is we let it run out. We take out here. We're in an obvious downtrend, and here, right here, we take out. Okay, so Tuesday we like to see the AMD setup. Okay, so we were in a clear downtrend. So I wasn't trying to. I remember I was looking for a long because we were in a clear downtrend. And I was looking for a 50% move up into this big move we had on the 1 hour. We can see better this big move. Sorry. And I don't know what that showed, sorry. I was hoping for it to come in the 50% zone. So I had the right overall bias, and I liked how we came into this order block we had. So I was really liking this. So on the 15-minute, I look for confirmation. Right here, we have order block. I'm hoping we can tap into this right here, this order block, and then go higher since we had a retracement leg. And I was just targeting 50%. So we come in, and overall looks pretty good. We're reacting off this order block. So what happens is we come down. I like how we came down and reacted off this fair value gap we had right here. I was saying, oh, I like it. And I was waiting for us to create a fair value gap that on the downside that we can inverse. So it wasn't too much. And then I saw we came down here, tapped the 50% zone, and we also had a fair value gap, so I was waiting for the inverse right here. So once we did that, we had the inverse right here. Yep, I came in. Sorry, I put my thing right here. I was targeting the 50% of that move. I'll show you in a second. But the thing I did wrong was I only was risking 20 points, and that's where I went wrong. Instead of risking down here and maybe just de-risking the 5 macros, I tried doing one NQ contract. I was too greedy. I had 20-point stop loss, risking $500. But what happens, we take this, we inverse it. So I'm actually looking for a long. I like how we came up, and we have more liquidity down up here from PM, all this. So I was actually looking for a long today because we had this big move down, take out internal liquidity, come in these fair value gaps, respect them. And this is right here. We didn't have too much right here. I was just waiting to see what would happen. I'm waiting for an entry, looking longs. And here's where we create this small fair value gap. And remember, guys, we do not care how big the fair gaps are. It just matters that there is a fair value gap. So I see my entry right here. And remember, market just goes to liquidity. That's where it goes. That's all that matters. So today, I remember from yesterday, I just took 5 micros. And I targeted, market always goes to liquidity zone. So I targeted up here to PM. And this was about 155 points. I made about 1,500 today. You'll see I took, my risk reward was 3.56. I had a 44-point stop loss. So I had a big position, but I was waiting to see what happened. Okay, so we come up. Here's where I'm happy I didn't close the trade. I was not being emotionless, when we see we took out this liquidity, this is where I'll show you where I entered. The small fair value gap right here, and I'll show you exactly. I entered right here. I took a long. I was saying we tapped the 4 zone. We took out all this liquidity. I thought it was looking pretty good. We even had came down here, sweep this, had a manipulation move down, and I was hoping to go up. I was targeting up here. I was targeting back to this move up. Would have been about 108 points. Pretty good trade if I took it, but what happens, I guess you'll see. And I risked about 57 points, so today I lost about $500. I think I took 6 micros, if I remember right. What happened, I get stopped out. Okay, so see what we have. We're in a clear downtrend. We took out all this liquidity. I'm looking for a long today, so we'll see what happens when market opens. Good, just start dumping. And I was hoping for us to inverse right here, and I would have entered, but we didn't. So that's why we always wait for our chance to enter. So I see right here, if you look on the 15-minute, we actually have this liquidity all the way down here, right here, that we inverse right here. Yep, right here. So I see that we inverse that. I was talking to my friend. I'm like, longs look good right now to the 50%, and we were thinking, just waiting for this 30-second actually get inverse. My friend trades on top setbacks, so we were liking the setup overall. So we come in, we wait for the 50-second to get inverse. Right when it happens, right here. Yep. So we enter right here on this close. We took 5 micros. We weren't really looking for that much. We put our stops down, and this was a pretty emotional trade, I won't lie. And then I was just targeting 50%, so overall not too much, I won't lie. Come down. Yeah, I'm sorry, I entered right here on this 30-minute right here. Okay, and we target 50%. Overall, not too bad of a trade. She entered right here. Yep, right there. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so we'll see what happens. We actually come down. We're in drawdown. The market edges us a couple times, but I held this trade, and we came out, took 50% off. Pretty good trade. I made about $600, and that's how I made about $2,000 this week. And I'll catch you guys next week.